Hey, this is Ego and Vice. This is episode 23. All is right with the world.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. This is Ego and Vice. This is episode 23. My name is Mike. I am your host, as always, on this fine Monday, but sometimes it's a Tuesday. I don't know, fuck. As long as I get them done, that's the main thing. Cool, man. It's good to have you back. It's good to be back. It's been a kind of an exciting week. I think it has. Still kind of off the booze, although Goat had a show at House of Targ on Friday. And we played with the Riptides, we played with Johnny Terrian and the Bad Lieutenants, and we played with Neck. And it was a good time. It was a rad time. I saw a lot of friends. It was the first time I was back at House of Targ in probably over a month or so, a little over a month. Took a little break from that, dealing with some, just some life stuff. But hey, man. Back on the horse, and that was the first Goat show that we played in a while. It was the first anything I played in a while, because Mike, the drummer from Goat, blew his back out pretty bad, and we weren't practicing. We got one jam in before the actual show, and it felt good, man. It felt good to be loud, and it felt good to play some music, play some loud, fast music. And then when we got to the show, I just dug in and fucking screamed my head off, and my voice is kind of coming back now. As far as singing goes, I do singing wrong. I don't know if that's I do talking wrong too, apparently, but yeah, I don't sing properly. I've always had kind of a mousy voice, a mousy punk rock voice, and it works for what I do, I suppose. But I don't know why I push it so hard on stage. I tried to get that little growl in there, but my voice wasn't really made for that, so it takes a bit of a beating, I guess. But it turned out well. We played the show right through. Mike had some problems halfway through. He started losing feeling in his fingers, like his hands. He couldn't hold his drumsticks very well, but he powered through, and he got through it, and we did it. And he's going back to physiotherapy, and the physiotherapist recommended that he goes and sees a specialist or a doctor so he doesn't continue to do damage to himself. So I guess Goat's back on the shelf again for a while, but hey, man, I got it out of my system, and it was good. I've got a couple of opportunities coming up that I'm not going to get into too much detail, but a local band that's been around for a long time approached me and asked me if I wanted to come and jam with them and see if, because they're looking for a rhythm guitar player, and they asked me if I wanted to come out and basically try out. We've known each other for a little while. You've heard of them. Like I said, I'm not going to say who they are, just because nothing's set in stone and nothing's concrete, but it's a great opportunity for me just to play. Like I said, I was in 3 bands for a long time, and now I'm down to 2 bands, Goat and my acoustic duo with my friend Steph called the Copper Altar, and I was in Hearts and Minds for a while, but I left that band, and then Mike hurt his back, so I went from 60 to 0 pretty fast as far as playing music and playing shows and stuff, and this opportunity landed on my lap, and I'm pretty excited about it. So they sent me their set list, or a bunch of their songs. They sent me about 20 songs. It's a punk band, and I'm digging into that, trying to get that down. And then in a couple weeks from now, we're going to sit down we're going to jump around and have our first band practice and see how it goes. So stay tuned for news on that, because that's going to be a pretty fucking rad thing if it all works out. Great guys, great band, and a great opportunity for me, and hopefully it's a great opportunity for them, you know? I hope we all can merge together and make some good music. Well, I can play along to their good music. How about that? But hopefully I can contribute to the way they want me to. So there's that. Other than that, not too much going on. Happy to be back with the podcast. The podcasts always roll, whether I'm playing music or in the bands or not. Whatever downtime I have in that, the podcast will always keep rolling, and I'll keep pumping them out the best I can. Over the course of the next however long, until I get sick of it, I guess, or until everyone else gets sick of it. Whatever. So I have a guest in the studio today. His name is Matt Spag. He is currently the bass player in the band The Hell Bros, and his history in Ottawa music goes pretty far back. He's been around for a while. He's a wily veteran of the Ottawa rock and roll scene, the Ottawa punk rock scene, the Ottawa music scene in general. So I'm pretty pumped to have him on the show tonight, and we're going to dig into what he's doing and what's going on with Matt. But before I do that, as always, I'm going to play a song from a local band. Yeah, so I'm going to play a song from the local band called Fresh Hell. I reached out to these guys probably over a month ago or so, and they just finally got back to me. Said, yeah, you can play our shit. So I was like, cool, maybe I will. So now I'm going to. You can find them at Fresh Hell at bandcamp.com. They also have a Facebook page, which I'm sure they have links to other things. I'm going to play a track off their EP, 6-song EP that was released last year, self-titled, Fresh Hell. After this song, I'll be back with my conversation with Mr. Matt Spag. So, check this out. This is Fresh Hell. This is a song called Reruns. All right, that was Fresh Hell. It is episode 23 of Ego and Vice, and I have a guest in the studio tonight. He is an old friend of mine. We've known each other for a while. He is a wily veteran of the Ottawa music scene, been around for a while, seen many sunsets, seen many sunrises. His name is Matt Spag, and I'm happy to have him. What's up, Matt?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming out. I always think whenever I ask people, I'm like, hey, I call people out of the blue. Hey, you want to be on my podcast? And people are actually like, yeah, sure, what the fuck? And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So when you get here, I'm like giddy. I'm like, yeah, someone's here to fucking talk to me. That's cool. So you, like I said, you've been in the Ottawa music scene forever. I remember you forever, and you've always been like a staple or a cornerstone whenever there's bands and whatnot. I'd love to cover as much as we can. You were born, or you were from originally St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Yep.
So you were born there. How long did you live there?
Till about 12.
Mm-hmm.
And due to circumstance, I ended up here in Ottawa. And yeah, I guess I decided to start playing bass when I was around 16. And
bass was the first instrument you played?
yeah, well, I did play in a band. I was a singer in a band when I was 12. I don't know if that counts.
In Newfoundland?
Yeah, we were a Christian rock band.
Oh, very good.
I still have the cassette. We had a really good name. We were Burning Bush. I was thinking about bringing it back.
That's not bad, actually. Yeah. It's pretty good. Christian rock, hey, man. But anyway. So before you played bass, you were still, you grew up around music. You it's something you wanted to do. It's something that you kind of gravitated towards. What made you pick up the bass?
Yeah, it was just one summer. One of my best friends, his brother had a short scale, and I just picked it up and just started noodling. Like I'd taken like sax lessons and piano and all sorts of stuff like that. And I was in a symphony playing recorder for a while when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like natural. It's more about playing by ear, and I just couldn't put down, so I bought the bass off him. And
when you left the Christian rock band, in and around that time, what
kind of just disbanded? No one left.
It happened, eh? It happened. What kind of stuff were you listening to around that time? Like, what did you grow up with as far as music?
Christian rock.
Okay.
Like Bride. I don't know if you're familiar with Bride. Bride's, man, it still holds up. It's some good stuff. Snakes in the Playground. I highly recommend it. Look it up. That stuff's rocking.
I remember Stryper.
Yeah, Stryper. I was never really a big Stryper fan, but I was exposed.
Yeah, because I remember when I was a kid, and I remember Stryper. It was more of a hair metal band, I think. It was a Christian rock band, but it was a hair metal band, and they all wore the bumblebee costumes. Yeah. They're like the yellow and black.
I think they played at the Obsession Live Lounge.
Oh, did they?
Maybe a few years ago, and my drummer, who I was playing with the last time I was playing with Big Jesus Truck, Captain Killdrums. He did their drums, and it was one of his heroes was playing drums, and he was yeah.
Captain Killdrums, by the way, is probably in about 17 bands as we speak. But yeah, he was okay. So once you started playing bass, once you were in Ottawa, was Big Jesus Truck the first band you were in when you moved to Ottawa, or was there more before that?
So I guess I started playing in this band. We put a band together with the guys from high school. We were called the Yahoo Funsters. Mm-hmm. And that band, I guess it just ended up being an excuse to, as most bands, get together and smoke weed. And, we played like Zaphods and Liquid Monkey. And I think we played My Apartment, which was out on Wellington. We just played around, and then I was working at the Coliseum when they opened that place up, and this guy was working there. He said his friend had a band and they needed a bass player, and so I went and I auditioned, and it was Big Jesus Truck.
Goddamn.
And I really didn't know how to play my instrument, but I pretty much just told them that I was in the band, and they just liked my energy, because
You had a lot of that, because that's when we first met, was back when you played in Big Jesus Truck, and I was in a punk band called I Refuse, just a crappy punk band. And
right.
I started out in Thunder Bay, then I ended up moving to Ottawa, and I remember the earlier days back in, well, for me, I guess the early 2000s or the late 90s of Ottawa. There were so many cool places to play. Like, I remember the first gig that we ever had was at the Johnny Vegas Funhouse at Zaphods.
Yeah, that's my first gig too.
Yeah.
He said, he called me and he said, "You guys got the gig, but you need to buy a tuner." Because our demo was all out of tune. And I remember hanging up the phone and looking at the guy saying, "We just got to find out what a tuner is."
That's
and we're in.
Couldn't Google it back then, right? I remember we lived on Bronson Avenue, and we jammed in the basement, and we found out this thing. We didn't know anybody from Ottawa. But we saw this thing. It was like Johnny Vegas Funhouse, where you could just play a gig on Thursday nights. And we went down in the basement and we hit play and record on the Ghetto Blaster. and recorded it on the tape. And I walked it down to Songbird Music, past his gold Cadillac in the back, and I dropped it in his mailbox.
Right.
And he called me back with a number, and he called me back, or I called him. Like a week later, he's just like, "Yeah, I'll give you a show." So that was my first
Vegas.
Johnny Vegas. But Johnny Vegas Funhouse turned into the Johnny Ballistic Bullpen
Right.
with John Hummel.
Yep, from and he was doing the Zook. Was it Zook Management at the time? And they had Bertha Does Moose Jaw and One Sick Puppy. And
One Sick
trying to
Puppy
think of who else.
rings a bell.
Yeah.
I remember, but I remember Johnny.
How old is Matt Spag? I don't know. Let's look at how old is this guy?
You know, right? Yeah, but I remember Johnny Vegas Funhouse. He went off to do his stuff at the Manx or Maxwell's. I think you wanted to focus in on that or more.
Right, Maxwell's for sure. He was. I don't know how long he had his gig there.
Yeah.
But that was more like when he was doing the Funhouse. He was more being the MC and the booker.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much as him performing, but I got to work with him later on at Barrymore's when I would bust there occasionally, and he would be the DJ on Sunday nights.
Right.
Right. So that's how I kind of.
Johnny.
There's that guy who told me to get a tuner.
Yeah.
I owe my whole career to this guy.
Yeah. It's like I'm so in tune now.
Yeah.
And he's still going strong. I guess he's still doing his lounge act and whatnot. He's still the persona of Johnny Vegas, and that's cool, man. That's
Vegas
rad.
lives, man.
That's it. 20 some odd years later. And then John Hummel took over and did the bullpen. It was the same format, I think, more or less. And I remember John. You remember Zaphod's 2?
Yeah, I actually played the last gig there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh cool.
I played there a few times, but yeah.
I played there once, and it was based out of the bullpen, the Johnny Ballistic Bullpen. He was like, John Hummel was like, "I really like you guys. You guys are really good. I'm gonna try." And like now, Zaphod 2 is opening. He's like, "I'm gonna get you a gig at Zaphod's 2," and I can't remember who we opened for or whatever, but we just opened the show, and we were just like, "This is the big time, baby. This is the big time. We're getting noticed." And we were like younger, and he came out and he was drinking his like Jack and water or whatever the hell he was drinking. And we just absolutely tanked the show, and he didn't even stay till the end. He like walked away, like he wasn't even there when we were done. We're like, "Oh, we blew it, man, we blew it."
It was tough at that bar though, because they had this back bar through the back there. There's a back section.
I remember Zaphod's 2 for being upstairs.
Yep.
With a lot of veils and like couches.
Yeah.
Around, so it was a different kind of atmosphere than the dark, dank, fantastic pit that was Zaphod's, but. It was cool. It's a shame it didn't last as long as it did, but yeah, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, the water was off when we played the very last show there.
Oh, yeah?
And I had this friend, Spider, who was a big fan of Big Jesus Truck, and he would go to a bunch of the truck shows, and he was probably, or he still is, around 7 feet tall, I'd say, and he was bouncing. He was by the bar, and I remember just rocking out really hard. And I was wearing those goggles. I wore those goggles for over a decade, and I remember just looking over, and I remember him reaching and grabbing this guy, and this guy had his hands wrapped around this girl's throat. It was crazy.
What?
Well, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Okay. Well, that's a good memory.
It's a good show.
That's a fuzzy memory right there.
No water.
No.
Beer only.
Yeah. That's like.
That's when the shit happens. The water's off.
It's like you got to stay hydrated one way or another. All right, so we're branching off here, but Big Jesus Truck. So you're in Big Jesus Truck,
Right.
and do you remember like what was like? Okay, you told them you were in the band.
Yeah, they auditioned a bunch of guys, and the guitar player to this day in Big Jesus Truck, Tommy Hawk, he to this day as well. He's been teaching guitar. So he's like, "Don't worry, I can teach him how to play the songs, and they're not overly complicated anyway." So, yeah, it was more about the chemistry of me and the band. Like they were all 15 to 18 years older than me. So, it was wild, man. It was wild. The first gig we played in Cornwall, and I remember to me at the time it was more about getting drunk, and like I didn't know what I was playing anyway. I didn't know how to play, so just rocking out really, like always 110%, but like You know?
Well, from our run-in, from what I remember, was we played at the Black Sheep Inn. We opened for you guys. I'm not sure how the gig came about.
Was this in summer or winter? Do you know?
It was summertime.
Okay.
It was a warmer time because there's a couple funny things about this story. I don't know how we got the gig, but somehow we did. And I remember I was talking to someone from Big Jesus Truck, and I can't remember the owner of Black Sheep now. You remember that guy's name? I can't remember. Regardless. So we drove all the way out to Black Sheep, and when we got there, I think you guys were there already, but my drummer had forgotten his drumstick bag.
Sure.
And he had no drumsticks. And then I guess Captain Killdrum must have been the drummer at the time.
It was probably Ted.
Oh, Ted?
Yeah,
okay.
T.E.D.
Oh, I see. T.E.D. T-E-D, Ted. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that stand for?
It's just Ted.
It's just
it
that's
was very important to him.
Okay, so I remember my drummer forgot his drumsticks, and we were like, okay, we have no drumsticks.
He used to play really big sticks too. I remember they were like just thick.
Yeah, big fat things. And
Yeah.
I think we asked your drummer, and he's like, do you have any drumsticks? And he's like, he started looking around. He's like, Jesus Christ, I have no drumsticks either.
Oh no.
Yeah, whether he did or didn't, I have no recollection. So my drummer had to drive all the way back into Ottawa and get a pair of drumsticks and come all the way back to the Black Sheep. But we ended up playing the gig, and there was about 6 farmers in the crowd. But when you talk about energy, that was the first time I ever saw Big Jesus Truck. My band just did our little punk rock thing because we were just fucking baby kids trying to get by. But I remember Big Jesus Truck. You guys were still Big Jesus Truck, and I remember that was the first time I met you. And when you said about the energy, I remember you had no shirt on and you had some kind of weird big pants suspendery things, and I think you had the goggles. And
raves were really big then, like with my age group, I guess.
I don't know, maybe some sort of mohawk, some kind of multiple color, and you were like honestly like a rubber band, just giving her,
man.
jumping around.
You
and
gotta
shit.
go
Like,
for it.
Yeah,
You know.
And back then, I only knew you as Spaghetti.
Right.
Because that's the way they talk to you. That's Spaghetti. Yeah, I was just going Spaghetti. I'm just going good. And yeah, it was fucking the energy and the craziness of that. So that's when we first met, I suppose. How long were you in Big Jesus Truck? Like, how long did that go on for?
I left the band a few times, but all in all, I played in the band for probably 14 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I did 4 European tours with those guys. I think if I didn't leave in 2002 or 2003, I was going to school. I needed to focus. But at the time, we were selling out Barrymore's on a regular basis, like maybe every 4 months. So you play there probably 3 times, and the crowds would show up, and you get people really, really into it, and they would have like foam cowboy hats sometimes, and just the crowd. It was, it was pretty cool. We played like that Hope Beach
For sure.
one year, and we did that through the Hope Sessions. This is all pre-internet, really pre-smartphones. So they had a contest and a battle of the bands, which was on Rogers 22, and it was us and what was that other band's name? What was their name? I'll remember this. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can see the guys. It's a couple brothers. It's not the Lister dudes. It's
Tier 3?
No, it was like an alternative group of dudes. Anyway,
I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh fuck! I can't believe I remember these guys. Anyway,
It'll come back.
it'll come back.
Just shout it out later in the episode. Yeah.
So the Hope Beach thing was fucking crazy because we played our set. I remember, like, I still have the video, and I remember, like, half the time I wasn't playing the right music, but I'm just going for it, And yeah, we played. There was probably between 7,000 to 10,000 on the grounds, just walking around, and the Northern Pikes were headlining, and only one of their guys showed up, so they played 2 songs, and then they came back and asked us if we could go back on.
Oh, shit.
And we're even further, like more wasted. Like, I don't really remember going back on, but I know it happened. I remember falling over.
I was told.
Yeah, and, like, it was raining, and I remember the rain was beating off me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hope.
It was crazy.
That sounds super crazy. I think that was before before that. Okay, that was probably pre 2006.
Yeah, that would have been 2000 and I want to say 2000 or 2001.
Okay, that's cool. Laura Andrews, who actually lives upstairs, is the vice president of Hope. And
Right.
we've been friends for a while. I've volunteered at Hope since around 2007. My band has done old bands that I was in have done little things. I was in a band with Brian Ruxtell for a while called Our Mistake. That's how we first met Laura and started getting affiliated with Hope. I haven't played much Hope as far as music, but I've been volunteering at that place forever. And the shows are always fun, because it's the end, more or less the end of the day when the local stuff goes on, or mid-afternoon. It's been gone since like 7 in the morning, and crowds are ready to just have some fun and just fucking be
Party.
drunk and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. So when you finally left, let me tell you a funny tidbit about.
Hope used to be a little crazier, in my opinion. Like now, you can't really do too much without,
Well, I think it's sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
The more because maybe when they started, they were just kind of like an upstarting thing. But there's so many sponsors now that you have to follow certain.
Sure.
You got to keep things in line. I
You also
suppose,
can't
you know?
offend anybody.
No. Oh, and apparently that wasn't the case back in the day. That I get what you're saying. Fair enough. See, I don't remember those shows. I wish I did, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Sure.
Here's a funny tidbit. We're jumping way ahead. But it also has to do with the Hell Bros, because about 2 years ago we entered the Moose McGuire's Band Wars thing, which
Right.
you guys won the previous year.
Right.
The Hell Bros won.
I was there when you were there. You lost a big Jesus truck.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Sorry.
You're lucky I wasn't there. There would have been a no contest.
That-
or maybe you would have won again. I would have been playing the right stuff.
That's the whole. Exactly. That's the whole funny thing. The only reason I entered the Band Wars is because you get later on in like you've been playing for like 15. Like at that point, I'd been playing in Ottawa since '98 to 2015.
Hey man, you got nothing to lose.
That's it.
That's why. That's like when it came about with the Hell Bros. I said, guys, like
Yeah.
we need some tour money. These guys have money up. I mean, they're going to give you a couple drinks and a free meal for going there, and it's like in town,
Well, you got to be almost a little wary, because some Band Wars are kind of bogus. You know what I mean? They're just like, burp, burp. But this one was just like the Hell Bros fucking played, and they won. We can enter this
He gave
one.
us cash at the end of the night.
Yeah, like we can enter this
was
one, and
sweet.
we entered it, and we lost two big Jesus truck. You're the reason we entered it, and they're the reason we lost. So it's also our shitty playing, but that's cool. But yeah, then Captain Killdrums was doing his thing.
I thought that you guys actually played tighter than them that night.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Just, because I helped write all their songs that they played. So I knew when they weren't playing them.
Yeah, that's cool. Those guys are fucking seasoned vets too. We came off and we tried to go on the whole humor side of it, and we're jumping around and doing shit. And they got on and they just did like a solid.
The Slim Reaper is an absolute showman.
Yeah.
Like he's got the moves.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on there, he's definitely talent.
But regardless, yeah, exactly. He really is. And he's like, I remember him 2 years ago on the Moose McGuire stage. It's exactly as I remember him at that
Right.
Black Sheep stage.
Yep.
It's probably the same jeans. I don't know if he's ever taken them off. Or
Fair.
leather pants. I can't remember. But yeah, regardless of what you're playing and stuff like that, you've been doing it that long for like 20 years, and they were polished. They knew what they were doing. They knew, and it was fucking.
It's the riffs, like
It was a great set. Like I got right into it. Yeah.
You really know when a guitar player can step right out and he knows his riff,
Yeah.
and he's not even trying. It's like he's not playing it; he's projecting the sound.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Like I can't do that on guitar. I can do that on bass, but it's a fucking crazy thing.
Yeah, if I could play the song like my 2.5 minute punk rock songs okay from start to finish, and I haven't like fallen off the stage or something hasn't completely gone wrong, that's success in my book, right? And I'm like, yay! But these guys are kind of like 20 years later, they're on a different level as far as showmanship and just making a good show out of it, right? And I was captivated. I was like, oh, it's Big Jesus Truck. I saw these guys 20 years ago. But then I was just like, these guys are fucking good. God damn it. We're not going to win this thing.
There's something about also people playing their songs or a band almost like transforming the vibe of the room you almost forget that you're there at Moose McGuire's, when a real good band is out there just kicking it, you're just like,
Yeah.
where am I? I'm
Yeah.
like,
You get caught up in it, and
give me a club sandwich with this shit,
that's cool. So let's play something from Big Jesus Truck, something that you recorded with them.
Sure.
Let's try. This is totally the magic of show business, my friends. We had a good conversation off air. Anyway, this is a song called Loose from Big Jesus Truck, featuring you, Matt Spag, on the bass guitar. I believe this is an Iggy Pop cover, but it's killer. All right, check it out. Big Jesus Truck, Loose. So while you were in Big Jesus Truck, you did a lot of other things because you're always busy. You always have stuff on the go.
Yeah, I hooked up with some guys, I guess, in the early 2000s on punkottawa.com, if anybody remembers that site. And, it was the International Maniac Institute.
Mm-hmm.
And, we was a kind of a political punk band. And, played around, I guess, for a few years, I'd say. And a lot of good shows. It was good.
Was like Big Jesus Truck like your main gig, and these were like side projects, or were you just like a free agent and you did what you could do?
I think when I left in the early 2000s, the truck wouldn't stop, so they would always get a bass player, and I would never, be drawn back in like that, where they would just get rid of somebody.
Right.
So, I started playing with these guys again. I guess while I was still in IMI, like the International Music Institute, and one of the guys from that band, he was into foreign development, so he was over in Tajikistan for extended periods of time, and I brought my friend in, Brent Walker, who we were in Hard Times at the Zoo together, which is another band I was in. That was a really good band. That one, anyway, we'll talk. We'll
Sure.
keep it going here.
Yeah, sure.
And he would come in IMI, and that was a 3-piece. And then when Ian, who was abroad, would come back, he would step back into the band. But we were never able to keep Brent around. Brent writes the riffs for Ottawa's In Heat.
Okay, yeah.
In case anyone's familiar with those guys, he's a little blonde fucker on the 6-string.
I've played some In Heat on the show, on the podcast before. I like In Heat. They have a new singer now.
They have a new singer.
Yeah,
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So IMI.
Yeah. Okay. So we did IMI, and then I stepped back. I was working at Long McQuaid for a while, and there was a guy there playing guitar named Cody Gilchrist, and I really liked his riffs. And I used to sing some punk songs in IMI, so I was like, "Hey, why don't we start something?" And I've never been just the singer, so we got together. We put out a record, and I don't know how long we were together for, maybe 3 or 4 years. It was kind of cool. I kind of amassed a bunch of lighting. I had a lighting rig. And
So it was a show. It is what it was.
Yeah, because it
It was
being
a spectacle.
being in a band is an investment for the players, right? But if
Sure.
you're the singer, normally the singer doesn't buy anything. But I just bought everything else that bands need, like a big fog machine and
Yeah.
you know.
Well, all good stuff, all awesome stuff. Use it wisely.
Yeah,
I suppose.
it was pretty killer.
Yeah.
And, that band ended up imploding, and we went our separate ways. But I wanted to keep the band going because I really liked the show, so I got a couple more guys, and then I was playing guitar for a while with that band. And which in turn was, then I rejoined the Truck again.
Okay.
And then I went on tour to Europe with them, and when I came back, I think the guys were a little thrown off that I was touring Europe with another band.
Oh,
And they
I
decided they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like some kind of weird,
Lame stuff.
band stuff, right? But that's what happens, It's weird. It's like
People just aren't getting out of a band. It's like I have a love affair and a romance with being in bands and just the show. And that's
it's your mistress,
right,
There you go.
and that's
Yeah.
the thing. So it's just kind of like if you're expecting to write a couple songs, and then I don't even know if getting on the radio is a thing, or is it you want to get a tour, you want to get on a big tour, who knows? If stuff happens, it happens. If not, I'm definitely the best bass player and artist I am today.
That's
So it's kind of, and that's what you're going for, is just. Right.
I always say, Goat, my current band, Goat, we're okay, you know what I mean? And we I always consider us the sloppiest punk band of all time, but I always say nobody can play my songs better than me, so fuck off.
Right.
That type of thing. Being in a band is, like you were talking about band stuff and stuff like that, it's like being in a relationship with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. It's like sometimes you come home and you say, hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, what's the matter? Nothing. There's just that weird dynamic, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it happens in all relationships with people and whatnot, and sometimes bands just break up for silly reasons. If you look back and you'd say, oh, well, that's a shame because that could have gone somewhere. I've been in plenty of bands where they break up for really stupid reasons, you know what I mean? And it's a shame because the music you made or the times you had, but maybe it wasn't meant for forever, but maybe it was for the best. But it's just funny how stuff like that works. Can I ask you a question? Being how Big Jesus Truck were 15, 16, 18, whatever years older than you, what was it like touring, going over there with them? What did they want to do, when you were out and about? Did they want to go out and have some beers, or did they want to sit around and you're a ball of energy?
Yeah, most of the time, we're kind of lucky because the tour manager who we were hooked up with over there, he would rent a villa in Holland, and so we would always drive to the gig and then drive back to the villa.
Mm-hmm.
So, we would party, and then I could always just pass out in the van, and then you got a bed. Like one thing is there's no sleeping in the van when you're traveling with old people.
Okay.
Okay, like straight up. And you know what? I don't mind. I'm getting there. I have no real desire to sleep in the van.
Yeah.
Which I did like 7 or 8 times on that Hell Bros Euro tour.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I always say on the podcast that I'm north of 35, so everything from here on in is just like privilege. Like just doing the best I can, you know what I mean? Still having fun as long as I can do it. So that's cool. Like a villa, that's like Mont Tremblant, you know what I mean? You could always go back to the village.
Yeah, sort of. They have like it's kind of like little cabins, and I forget what the name of the place is, but all around Holland, they have these little like camping cabin grounds, and then they have like a bowling alley and like laundry, and yeah, the thing, it's pretty sweet. You can just go and have fires and like whatever. You can buy weed if you want to. It's Holland.
All the amenities of casual life are there for you if you need them.
Beer. Belgium's not too far away. You can have some really sweet beers.
Mm-hmm. So, how did the Hell Bros come about? Are we jumping ahead, or are we getting there?
Yeah. Okay. So I worked at Zaphod's for like 15 years.
Yes.
Okay. So Josh Roy used to work there, and he's a drummer in Hell Bros.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter Yurt used to work there, and he's the singer and guitar player in Hell Bros. And so I knew those guys for a real long time. And the first time that Peter said he saw me play was when I was playing with IMI.
Okay.
And I didn't know him personally yet. So we're talking probably like 2004, maybe 2003, 2004. And yeah, he said he was just blown away by my energy, And I remember like we're just a punk band. And so me and him always thought we'd be good in a band together. And then when their longtime bass player, Curtis Delaney, and those guys sort of parted ways, those guys asked me if I wanted to step in and join the band. So I learned the songs, and
Do you prefer playing certain things in bands? Because I've always known you as a bass player. I don't remember.
You mean
as
instrument-wise or song-wise?
Let's say just okay. You say you have energy and you play on stage and so. What's your favorite thing to do? Like, as long as you're having a good time, you'll play guitar, you'll sing, you'll play bass. Like, if you had to go to,
you know what? Seriously, in all honesty, like, I didn't mind. There's something about playing guitar, but there's really like for me, playing bass it's just like that's my thing. Like.
That's your pocket. That's where you're most comfortable, or to have your most fun, or can just
I
do
really
you.
Well, I really love like ever since I started playing bass, it was really good. And when I got the like I've been playing the Rickenbackers since probably like 2003. I think I got my first one, and ever since then it's just been it's like that's what we're doing. Like we're going to war. I'm taking these fucking things and let's lace them up.
Rad.
And let's do it.
And there it was.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Like when you're singing a song and playing, it's completely different because you have to stay relatively composed, And like in my latest project, we're doing a drum and bass thing right now, and it's kind of like I have the duties of singing, so I'm kind of stuck there, and it's very limited time just to go crazy. Plus, I don't want to get too winded.
Yeah, I guess
it's that extra thing. Like otherwise. When you're just playing bass in a rock band, it's kind of your job to just, let's get the kinetics going,
Yeah, for sure. I have only ever played I started as a singer, and then I picked up a guitar and learned it slowly over the years. But I was either a singer in the band, or I have the position I am now, I suppose, in music, is just playing like a singer-guitar player or just a guitar player. I've never played bass in a band. I've never played drums in a band. I'm kind of a okay drummer. I have an electronic kit in the back room that I sit and I just bang away at.
I can't play the drums.
Not okay. A question I was going to ask you. Can you do some drums? And I can't.
4/4 for like 4 seconds.
Four to the floor.
Yeah.
4 to the floor.
Everything's doing the same thing. I'm good.
Some good AC/DC Paul Rudd. Do. Paul Rudd? Phil Rudd, pardon me. Yeah, no, I've always played drums though. You know what I mean? Like, because they're always, whenever I'm in a band, whenever the drummer kind of moves away, I'll like sneak in on breaks and they'll go out for smokes and I'll just sit there and jam away. So I used to host this open stage at 88.5. They used to have the bar downtown, the Live Lounge,
Right.
and they had an open stage on Wednesdays, and I did that for a year and a half or something like that. And then they decided they always had a bunch of hosts, but they ended up sticking with me for a year and a half. They just never got anyone else. I guess I yammered on enough for them to be like, okay, well, let's not.
Kind of had a tiki vibe.
Yeah, let's not worry about him. He's good, whatever. But when they left, or when they said, okay, now we're gonna move on because we just want to keep it fresh, and you're an old fuck, so you have to go. They gave me this really sizable gift certificate for International Music Land up in the West End, Barhaven.
Sure.
So I went in there with this sizable. It was like, $500 plus, and there was this Yamaha drum kit, digital kit, and I was just like, I was looking at the guitars and I was looking at amps, and I got enough guitars. I've had guitars in and out of my life forever, and I was looking at this drum kit, and I said, I always wanted to play drums. So I bought this electronic drum kit, and I've always lived in apartments because I'm a bum. So I set up this electronic drum kit, and I've just been playing ever since. Actually, for the last couple of months, it's been just kind of dismantled in my back room. I shouldn't say it's back there.
So do you say you're good?
No.
Do you do 16?
No. I don't even know what that means.
If someone said, play 11-4.
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
I'd go. I'd probably hit 11 times on the hi-hat and then,
nerds.
Yeah, right. I just closed my eyes and I listened to the thing, and I immediately, once I got the drum kit, instead of just buying a single pedal, I had to buy a double pedal because I needed as many possible
11-8 for life, right?
That's it. As many times as I can hit everything, and I'm not very good. I probably couldn't be like an actual drummer in a band. However,
hey, I've seen like Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
Yeah.
Like that lady, I saw her in Montreal a couple weeks ago, and she's literally doing 4/4, not veering one bit the whole time. 2 hours.
Does it suit what she does then, I suppose?
Yeah.
Okay,
but you just got to find the right band.
Yeah, that's cool. The only times I've ever played drums on any recording is that I went into Brian Ruxtle's studio when he had a studio in Orleans, and I was between bands, and I recorded like a 9-song punk record, I suppose. Right. And it was just me playing everything. It was like the one-man band, and it was fun as shit. But it's kind of a downgraded kind of a drum kit where it's basically that you can't adjust levels of each hit. You just basically plug a line in and just go. So he couldn't mix anything. So it's just like what you hear is what you get. So,
talking about Brian Ruxtle.
Yeah.
Same time that I went to join the truck, I tried out for a band with Brian Ruxtle in it.
Seriously?
And there was this girl singer, and I think when I showed up, I smoked a joint, and I don't think they liked that I didn't share the joint with anybody.
Oh, that you didn't share it?
Yeah, like before anybody else showed up or something like that. And it was something like that, or it was booze. It was something, and I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know.
But that was the same time, like that's like 99. 98, 99.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I guess so, around that time. That's why, because
pretty crazy if you think about it. It's so wild. This town's so small, right?
It's super true, because we were talking about Project Gold earlier.
I was 4.
Yeah, right. Me too. I was 4.5. I had a friend of mine.
Burning bush to Brian's basement.
That's it. I had a friend of mine who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. His name's Jay Watts, and he was like the DJ in Project Gold, and we were trying to remember the saxophone player's name. Algie,
yeah.
Algie.
Yeah, he played in one of my bands, Spag for a while.
Did he?
Yeah, we were in improv.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But we couldn't remember his name for the life of us. Like, we were trying, what was his name again?
Algie the Sax Man.
Bulldog? It was something, yeah.
He's like a resident at the Rainbow.
Is he?
Well, that if I wanted to find him, I would just hang out at the Rainbow until maybe Friday afternoons. I think he hangs with the Frank James guys.
They still do like the open jams and stuff
sure
there?
They still do that.
That's cool. But my friend Jay, I asked him what was the saxophone player's names, and he was like, Spaghetti? And I'm like, no. Like, I was all adamant about it. No, that's not him. But he's like, I think it was. But then I asked you earlier, were you in Project Gold? But then you had another reference. You knew the drummer of
the
Project
drummer,
Gold.
Astar, who's the drummer in my project, Danny Vancini, which is on the go right now.
Right. hence Brian Ruckstuhl, hence the topic, hence all that 6
Sure.
degrees of separation. What the fuck's happening? I
There's
don't know.
only so many people. When Brian owned Cafe de Cuff,
Mm-hmm.
Astor and I and Algie, we actually hosted an open mic night there.
Oh, did
It was
you?
a jam night. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I remember they had like jam nights or open jams on like Tuesdays, and then they had open mics on Wednesdays, and they tried to be really active.
It
With,
used
like,
to be
that place.
crazy. I would get everyone to sign up on a sheet, and then I wouldn't even ask people what they wanted to play, and I would just throw 5 or 6 people up there, and they would just jam for a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was awesome. Sometimes it was awful.
Cafe de Cuff, like I've said before, Cafe de Cuff, the way it is now to the way it was back then is like two completely different universes. It really is. Back then it was kind of loungy and fun, and you can get food and you can go in there and there was always people there. And now it's kind of like a cold kind of dive bar. Not talking shit about the bar by any means, but it's funny how things
I haven't
change.
been there in a while.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
in DeCuff, I haven't seen a show. Like I played Mavericks a couple months ago,
Yeah.
but I haven't played at DeCuff in a while.
Mm.
Maybe I'll have to do that.
Yeah, go check it out. I missed, like, when I first got to Ottawa, a lot of the places. I missed, like Lucky Ron's, and I remember there was, like, Perfect Strangers, Zaphod's, which is gone now, which is crazy to
Lucky
me.
Ron's also the Hi-Fi.
The Hi-Fi.
At a time.
That's right. After it changed, it turned into the Hi-Fi with that glittery...
And
backdrop.
It was something else, too, even before that. It
I
was,
don't remember. Yeah.
Played all those places. Yeah, it was crazy.
I remember Molly McGuire's. It was that pub down on George Street.
Astor and I played there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That
was crazy.
That was like it was a weird Irish pub, but they played like punk rock
That's
shows.
where it's called People now.
People. Is it like a club now, like a dance club?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's like a 21 up.
That's a shame. Anyway, but that's cool, man. I guess that's the way it goes. Everything evolves and everything changes.
Craziest show at Perfect Strangers. Okay,
Yeah.
Big Jesus Truck's playing.
Mhm.
My friend walks in there on mushrooms,
Uh-oh.
and there's like the lights are really down, and they had like little candles on the tables, so it's like really dim in there
Mhm.
and really dark.
Yeah.
And then the Slim Reaper picks up one of
Jesus
these
Christ.
candles at in the middle of the show, and he starts yelling, "I'm gonna set all you people on fire!
Oh, the
on fire!" And then my friend Steve's sitting there like just peeking on mushrooms. Oh my god! This turns. I just look at him for a second, and then he like looks at me, and I didn't know at the time that he was like peeking out. But,
Yeah. That's scary as
he
shit.
Definitely beeline.
Yeah. I'm gonna
beeline for the door.
I'm gonna die tonight. Yeah. That's funny.
That show was the craziest thing ever. I thought I was gonna die.
I had a great time. Let's do it again.
Survived.
Yeah. The venues in town are not the way it was back in the day. I don't want to be one of those back in my day, but there's still some great venues in town, but there was like a bunch of
There's a little circuit.
it was cool.
And even though there was a lot of places to play, it never felt like it was oversaturated.
No.
And I think like a couple years ago, it kind of felt like there was an oversaturation, but there really was just, I don't know. I don't know if I think it's just people stopped going out early.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Barrymore's is still kind of every once in a while they'll do something. I think you have to like rent that place now. It's not like an open like venue, like a working venue.
They'll do shows. I'm not too sure. I think you do have to bring in your own PA. But I mean, I know when the Headstones play there, I guess they book 2 nights. They only got to bring in the PA once, you know,
Okay.
stuff like that.
And I think Babylon still has shows.
Babylon has shows.
Yeah.
Mavericks is still going.
Mavericks.
Safe Odds turned into the 27 Club.
Have you been there since?
I was there. I went. My wife takes photos
Yeah.
for Soundcheck Entertainment, and I went there to see a show. And yeah, it was really fucking weird.
Like it's not a huge room, but does it look different than like? Did they just like?
It's all one level now.
Oh, they took out the bar riser and everything.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow,
It's crazy.
crazy.
It kind of look. You know what? Like, I'm a biased person because like
Well,
I
you worked there
literally
forever,
I stood behind the bar there for past decade. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But I kind of look like a dimmer El Camino without tacos.
Does it have Goldie masks on the wall?
No, but it's just like not the,
Yeah.
the walls weren't as cool as El Camino, but
Fair
they
enough.
had a couple Indian lamps above this long wood bar.
Yeah.
And it was just
Is the
most,
bar- is
most of the walls are very dark.
Okay.
And isn't very much seating, but
Stage is still in the same place.
Yeah,
Bar is still on the back wall there.
yeah, it's on the back.
Okay.
It's just like a really long wooden bar.
And
I just felt like I should be able to order a taco.
okay,
That's all.
I like the chorizos. Delicious. The crispy chorizo or the fish.
Ox tongue.
Oh, those are good too.
Yeah.
They have the pig face taco there
I
now
heard
too.
that.
Or the pig
I heard
head.
that yesterday. Cheeks.
Pig cheek. Okay. Yeah, it's good. What? Not to beat the shit out of this, but you know when you walk in and there was like not just the drum riser, but the bar riser, but there was those risers for those seats. Those are all flat too now. Like everything is just floor level.
Yeah, the holodeck. You're talking about the holodeck.
Yeah, like on the side. You remember there were like the bench seats and
Yeah.
stuff. They're all
Yeah, there's not. It's all one level. It's,
Okay.
It'll really blow your mind if you walk in there.
And
Looks like an extension to Ace Mercata
okay. Cool.
without the cool spray painted walls.
Very good.
I don't think Ace Mercata's even there anymore.
I don't know.
That was a taco place for those that don't know.
Here's the final question of the 27 Club: is that big pole
Of course.
still blocking?
can't get rid of the
still
pole.
blocking the rhythm guitar player.
Yeah, you know what,
Yeah.
man? Seriously, I was standing there, and my view, I stood where the soundboard used to be, and my view, I couldn't see the bar, so I was just looking at the stage. And before they had these really nice warm cans, and the cans are gone, and it's all LEDs. The stage looks a little deeper, but I could sort of pretend I was still at Zaphod's, right, with just that pole there.
Sure. But
And then I turned around and realized I wasn't.
no, no, man. And is that place strictly like a live music venue, or is it a club as well? Because I remember Zaphod's had the
They're a
great.
club. They have club nights and things.
I remember
and, yeah.
Zaphod's had a great venue because they had the mix, right, where they'd have live music from like 8 till 11, and as soon as 11:01 hit, the dance people would come in.
Right.
And I think that was successful for Zaphod's, was it not? Like that's
It
why
definitely was until past couple of years. I still have some friends who work there and DJ there. DJ Emmett does his night, and
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I want to check it out. I had a show with a band I used to be in at the Rainbow like a year ago, and I wanted, or not even a year ago, maybe like 7 months ago, and I wanted to go into 27 Club just to check it out, but there was a lineup down the street, and I was like, fuck it.
Right.
I think I went to the Dom for a beer instead.
Yeah, why not, man?
Yeah.
The Dom. I played some crazy shows at the Dom as well.
Yeah.
They were pretty good. I remember one New Year's was fucking off the hook. Also, when the Rolling Stones did that video at
At
Zaphod's.
Zaphod's, yeah.
Yeah, the truck was playing at the Dominion that night.
Oh, shit.
And because I, had
you-
my backstage pass to Zaphod's, I would walk over and back and
Did you
forth.
get
and
in?
stuff.
That was like the streets of nowhere, whatever.
Streets of Love.
Streets of Love, that's
Right.
what it was. Yeah. And they shot the video there. My ex-wife used to work at the TV station. She actually got in and was like part of the crowd of the video, or she was
The
in
star
there.
of that video was definitely Heath Graham.
Who the fuck is that?
You'll know if you watch the video.
All right.
He's got nice hands.
Okay. Very good. So yeah, wow, we digressed a little bit on that one, but let's talk more about the Hellbros. I don't know where we left off because it was a while ago, but
Right. Okay, so I guess I was out snowboarding one afternoon, and I got this phone call from the band saying that they wanted me to join the band. And so I learned the songs, and then we started playing them.
there it is.
Yeah. And I guess that was 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Six going on 7 years now. And since then, we played a lot of shows. We've done CMW, North by Northeast, all that
Wow.
stuff. We
What-
went to Europe, right?
Okay.
And we recorded the second EP, Calling All Giants. And I got to sing a song on there, Shoot the Horse. And what else happened there? We got signed. We got a distribution deal throughout Europe. So that was a big thing for when we went over there. At least the record was available, whether or not.
I remember I ran into you at Zaphod's. This had to have been years ago, and you were mentioning the metal cruise.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, what happened
Okay,
there? With,
so we weren't playing on it, but it was the motorboat, and we were going on vacation as a band, and so we went down to Florida, and this was one phase of our adventure was going out on the motorboat. It was like Motorhead, Anthrax, Danko Jones, Testament, Fireball Ministries, Zach Wild. Who else is on there? There was a few more.
Is that not enough? Right there.
Anthrax.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a great picture of me with Joey Belladonna
Oh yeah.
and Scott Ian from Anthrax, and I'm like orange from taking so much sun, and I'm holding this girl's shoes, and then Joey Belladonna, he's like, why has this guy got shoes? But it looks like he's kind of really into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey Belladonna.
Jim Brewer was on there. We got pictures. Goat Boy.
Yeah, for sure. He does like he's a huge like metalhead too. He loves like he does like impersonations of like metal like singers and stuff like that too.
Right.
He does a great like Hetfield and Brian Johnson.
Yeah,
from,
I like the
AC/DC.
AC/DC one that he does. Yeah, that's great.
That's cool. So,
okay, one thing about the motorboat
Yeah.
is you would always see this drummer. I don't know if he's a drummer of Dream Theater or something. Mike Pointney.
oh,
is that
yeah,
his name? Am I saying that right?
I think so. I don't know. I see him on YouTube all the time with his little.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
kept on like I couldn't find my room most times, so I'd be like just wandering around the boat, and I would always end up in a room, and there's Mike Pointney or whatever, like
Just
either
tapping on his
either trying to play drums on like get on the drum kit, or like just he was just there doing stuff. It was crazy.
He's like, "Where's Waldo?"
Oh, Down was there.
Oh,
And-
Phil Anselmo.
Yeah,
and
and I met Phil Anselmo, and the crazy thing was, one day, like at some point, I was wandering on the upper deck, and I'm like, man, I don't know, I must be dreaming something. I'm hearing Pantera. Someone's got to be blaring the speakers, and I came around the corner,
And it was him?
and it's like half of Pantera rocking out with like half of Anthrax and a bit of Testament.
oh,
and
so they're actually playing
and
it.
they're playing
Holy
Pantera like on the deck of
That's-
this cruise ship.
Did you at least stop and sit down and
Yeah, it was
have a
crazy,
listen?
man. It was crazy.
That's not something you just walk by. Oh, there's Pantera and the Anthrax. Okay,
That was insane.
Let's go to the buffet.
Yeah.
No, fuck, that's crazy, man.
Yep.
How long was the cruise? I guess 7 days.
No, it was 3 days.
Oh, 3 days.
And yeah, I can show you. I got this. This is my memento that I took from there from the motorboat.
As
And-
Matt digs into his wallet.
Yeah, it's a metal pick, and this is the pick I use.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I use the metal picks now.
Oh, the motorboat pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the longitude and latitude, all the coordinates of where we docked.
Oh, that's rad. It's even got the hole drilled through it if you ever want to do the.
Yeah, well, that's what it was from, but
Be
I
around the
use
neck?
it, so
Oh, cool.
yeah. Something I've been really working on this past year is definitely my technique and the sound.
How does the metal pick work for you? The metal on metal. Metal on metal.
Once you work it down, it's really good, and I find because it's so solid that every note is solid. So you don't sometimes, you know what I mean? It's just really consistent. And I'm mainly like a rock player.
Yep.
So it's a lot of just like pumping,
Sure.
and every note is really solid.
Yeah. Have you recorded with it? Is it like clackety? Is it
Yeah.
or is it like good? Like I just figured like that.
No, it's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to get the technique down. Like you got to play with some dynamics, and like the rewards of it being solid. You can work the dynamics out and get away from that scratchy tone just by working the thing in. I think
Cool.
the first one I had was copper, and then
Was that soft though?
copper
Bend though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it would eventually just like you would get it really nice and worn.
Yeah.
Like you just got to play on it for a couple months, and it's good to go.
Because I know like copper's like a conductor too, right? Like wouldn't it like heat up in your fingers and like almost like no? It stayed pretty solid.
It would work almost around my thumb after a while, so it'd be
Yeah.
almost sitting there, and you're
Okay. You know, get like like an old shoe.
sure.
All right, can we play a Hellbro song?
Yeah, sure. Let's play the latest song that that I was part of would be "Feed It."
Okay. This is a song from the Hellbros. This song is called "Feed It." So the Hellbros are still going strong, but as you have throughout your whole musical career, you're always on the go doing other stuff. Tell me about Danny Vancini.
Danny Vancini it started out as a creative outlet for me because I'm also a video editor, and so I needed some songs to help fuel my videos. So, and when you're in bands, you're like, you might get one video out or two videos out. So the way I've been going around this project is I'll get the song, I'll go full process and do mix master, and then I'll make a video, and then I'll move on to the next song. So we've done 5 songs so far, and 5 songs in, I'm kind of feeling, I want to get this into a live project. It's also non-genre specific, so it can be about anything. I'm really into sci-fi, so a lot of my videos have to do with like alien abductions, or I don't know. I put my dog in all of them. You know what I mean? Like Lizard Man singing. I don't know, like anything. It's just whatever I'm feeling. But the world is sort of coming about now. Where it's got a universe to it.
Mm-hmm. I remember about. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm bad with timelines, but maybe like a year or two over the past little while, every once in a while I'd get like a something pop up on my Facebook, and it'd be this video of you wearing like a boa and like a Hawaiian shirt, sitting on a lawn chair or something like that. I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but with all your crazy like effects going on,
sure.
And you'd be playing the songs. And I remember I saw you at Targ one night, and like, what's going on here? And you're like, it's just something I'm doing, and it's cool. It's a great watch. The music sounds awesome. Like,
yeah, the first EP we've got, we've been on a couple of podcasts, a couple of reviews. We've got Alan Cross picked up one of my videos. He was pretty stoked about it. It was our video for our song One Up. Where got a really sweet eagle call in that song.
Sure. Well, Alan Cross, he's like the encyclopedia of all things music.
Yeah, man, he really dug that one.
Yeah,
that's good. I've sort of recruited my buddy Astar, who was obviously the drummer in the Yahoo Funsters, and he was in Project Gold.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
So he's
it's all coming around again.
Yeah, we've been playing together since the beginning of our musical venture. So I thought it'd be good to bring him in, and we're really trying to get this into a live sort of live show.
I was going to ask that too.
It's getting more aggressive, I find.
Yeah, I was going to ask that too, because I'm pretty sure I reached out to you maybe a year ago or something like that, and Goat had a show, and I was looking for people to open. I said, whatever you have going on, like, do you guys want to play? And you were just kind of like, well, I'll talk to the guys, or you said something about something. But have you played any live shows?
Yeah, not yet. It's we're still writing the live set, so we're around. I'd say we're a little more than halfway done right now. Mm-hmm. The next EP is sort of the next on the docket, and then we're going to be making videos for those as well. It's turning into very grungy and rockin'. It's like the overall tone is I got the Rickenbackers going through 2 different amps, like one tube and one with a solid state back end, and a lot of octaves and a lot of fuzz. And there's everything from sweet lullabies to just screaming and yelling.
Awesome. So after everything you've been throughout which you're continue to do over decades of playing music, this almost sounds like your like labor of love. Like you've kind of worked your way through all that stuff, and now you're doing this. Would I be correct in saying that?
Well, this is a big outlet, for me. Like I really hope we get to play live.
Well, I'd fucking come see that shit.
Yeah, well, I just really like the tones coming out of those amps, and you can't really play with guitar players. Mm-hmm. Like, if someone would be bored, I would make them do something that a bass player would normally be doing, and it's just, like, the whole sound spectrum, if you look at it as a box, I mean, there just isn't enough space there once you have that much bass tone going on. It's crazy.
It's going to break down the walls.
Yeah.
That's cool, man, and that's super exciting. And
you can always check out the videos or what's going on with that project at www.danvan.org.
danvan.org. Check that out because it's super creative and it's super fun, and the bass will rumble your skeleton.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I think on Spotify, one of our tracks, Bake Sale, which the video takes place on a planet, somewhere out there in the cosmos, and there's people being beamed down from a previous video where they were abducted. And so there's a party going on, and there's tables with mysterious brownies.
Oh, Jesus.
And palm trees and pyramids and things.
So you should watch all the videos, and then it'll all make sense.
It makes sense.
It'll all tie into it itself.
Out of Here is the abduction video, and Bake Sale is where the party's at.
Is it a concept?
Well, that was a two-parter. I released those videos together.
Okay.
But the whole universe, I try to keep reoccurring characters. So I was thinking in the next video I would also have some of the cowboys who are at the party in Bake Sale. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll get abducted or.
Very good. Yeah. You should try and transfer that whole story and that whole collective to the stage where you can almost be like live theater, really.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about even in between some songs playing one of the shorter videos, almost just to break it up for the ears,
like behind you, almost like a screen of some sort. That'd be cool.
Yeah, or maybe you could have part of the videos playing and you play a character associated with what's going on in the video.
Regardless of what you do in live music, it's all live entertainment. It's all performance art, right? Yeah. So you could stand there and just play your guitar, acoustic guitar. Or you can stand there with a band, or you can think outside of the box and just say, "This is going to be a fucking really fun thing to do."
Yeah.
And as long as you're having fun, the crowd's going to have fun, and it's going to be fucking awesome. So I can't wait till you get it done. I hope you do just that though, because that sounds like different. Something else, you know.
Maybe
what I mean?
Just place some random table of brownies out there and see who goes for it.
Bake some goods.
Yeah.
Have a bake sale. What the hell? You could do it.
Who's the bravest of you all?
Eat that one. Don't eat the brown brownie. Wait, that's not right. All right. Do you want to play a song?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure, let's play Destroyer from Danny Vancini.
All right. You heard the man.
Hey, buddy. Sorry I missed your call yesterday, man. I was passed out. I woke up at 5 a.m. and then passed back out again later on. Right when you guys were all chilling, I guess.
Buy another one for yourself.
Okay, the time has come on Ego and Vice, which I ask of all the people that come on, or all my friends that come on. They're forced to answer my rapid questions. Well, you're not, because if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But hey, Matt Spag,
can you play us some music for it?
Like,
give me a drum roll.
Oh,
drum roll, please.
Okay, hang on. Here's the drum roll. Are you ready to do the rapid questions?
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Questions and answers, honesty lies. Yes, no, you can't, but you can if you know why.
Shit, you must be fuckered, man. Like, what's he talking about? Any questions?
Okay, rapid questions, Matt Spag. I think you've already answered this one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay. Your biggest musical influence?
Oh, fuck. AC/DC.
First record you ever purchased with your own money? CD tape.
Bride, Snakes in the Playground.
What is the last record you bought?
Fuck. I don't know. Pass.
Okay.
No.
Can I call a lifeline? Do you want me to move on? You want to come back to that one?
Okay, we'll come back. I'll remember.
Okay. Favorite song?
Oh, fuck, man. I don't know. It's so tough.
It's funny. I've said this before.
Sad but true, Metallica.
Oh, good one. Good one. Very good. Favorite band?
AC/DC.
Okay. Chuck Taylor's or motorcycle boots?
Chuck Taylor's.
Okay. Last book you read?
Fuck, this is even harder. Do code books count?
Sure.
A code book.
Okay. Dream instrument, guitar, bass, whatever.
Rickenbacker 4003.
Okay. Do you own one?
I own 2.
Okay, never mind. One person, dead or alive, you'd love to have a beer with?
Oh, fuck. That's a good one, too. Fuck, I don't know, man. Pass.
All right. I'm coming back to these at the end, though. Okay. What's your death row meal?
My death row meal. Fuck. You know what? I really should. These are really important things I should probably know. I don't know.
Take your time. Take your
yeah,
time.
sure.
We got lots of time.
Why not start out with some French onion soup, then work into like some surf and turf, probably with a twice baked potato, and then to top it all off, maybe some key lime pie. Fuck it.
Very nice.
And a cinnamon bun.
Okay. Cinnabon or cinnamon bun?
Sorry. Take the cinnamon bun back
Yep.
and a Suzy Q donut.
Suzy Q.
Yeah,
donut.
the triple chocolate one. It's like a dirty chocolate, but it's a chocolate donut.
Very good. Is that the donut shop on Richmond?
Yes.
In the Weeb? The Westboro Glebe?
Yeah.
Very good. My girlfriend works there. Or not works there. She doesn't work there. She lives there, and she always goes there. Okay, anyway. Death row drink.
Oh, shit. Okay. How about if we take some high-end tequila and we put it with a little bit of bar lime and soda topped off with orange bitters?
Wow. I'm impressed. And the last death row one is Death Row record. Last record you could listen to before they pull the switch.
Fuck. Song or record? This is
Record.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
These don't have to be that rapid. You can take your time. It's fine.
You know, I kind of want to say Back in Black, but like, you'd probably just want to go with a Metallica song if it was a song. You know? I don't know.
I'm going to throw one out there for the hell of it.
No.
You're going to...
Oh, no. Okay, fine.
Yep.
I do Ignition by Offspring. Fuck it. Or
Okay.
not Ignition.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Is that the right record?
From Offspring?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
is it their big record?
No.
It's not the big record. That's the one first. That's the first record.
The big one was with...
Smash.
Smash,
That's
it.
the record.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Okay, before we do the last one, we're going to go back really quick to...
I don't know if I want to listen to Smash as my last record. Now I'm thinking.
Do you want to rebuttal? You want to redo it?
I'd rather listen to Back in Black.
Back in Black, AC/DC. That's cool, man. That's the thing. You know, you didn't fucking pull the switch. I'm good. Okay, so the only two you didn't answer were the one person, dead or alive, you'd want to have a beer with. Bon Scott, maybe? Oh, no, Back in Black, that's Brian Johnson.
Bon Scott actually wrote most of those songs, though.
Okay, well, very good. That kind of works out, right? I'm not
I don't know if I really
answering the
wanna-
question for you.
Fuck. I don't know, man. Seriously? Dead or alive? Anybody want to have a drink with? Fuck. I don't know, dude. It's just hard. It's hard. There's been no... Seriously, like, I realize... I know my wife would say, I would like to meet Dave Grohl and talk to Dave Grohl about something.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody... There's nobody that I'm, like, dying to meet like that.
All right. How about instead of someone dead or alive that you'd love to have a beer with, how about one person, dead or alive, you've had a beer with?
Fuck. I don't...
Mike Ponteroy?
That was kind of me drinking in the corner, watching him trying to get on drums and podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'd like to have a beer with Danko Jones.
That's
I
fun.
like that guy.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay. And I think the only other one before we get to the last question was it favorite song or favorite band? I can't even remember now.
Oh, favorite song?
Favorite song, yeah.
I really enjoy... I love a lot of Metallica songs. I like For Whom the Bell Tolls.
That's a great song.
So that might be cool. It's just that one riff.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hetfield's the king of fucking he's the riff master.
Yeah, I've been recently. I've just been, Lars will probably want to come after me, but I just listen to all their records on YouTube.
Yeah,
Everything's on there.
yeah. Go to Spotify. Yeah, you can listen to it. No, they're good. They're good as long as it's out there. Have you listened to Lars Ulrich's "It's Electric," his radio show?
No,
It's kind of like a podcast where he just has people in and he talks about like music.
cool.
It's sweet, man. It's on iTunes. It's
Cool.
really good. Yeah.
Maybe just check it out.
Lars Ulrich, It's Electric. Okay, the very last question. You did great though. Best day of your life.
Like that's happened?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I got married once. Does that count?
Does it count to you?
I have a few.
Okay.
I mean,
Best 3 days of your life.
best reason I really, really liked winning that Moose McGuire's thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like most times rock bands get the shaft, so it's kind of nice that we took it.
Awesome.
And that was probably more exciting winning that, knowing we had the money to go to Europe, than actually going there.
Mm-hmm.
There was also the first time that I played in Europe with the truck in 2010, and that was also a good one.
Where was that?
That was in Holland. It's like once you realize you're over there for the first time, you know, you're just like, okay,
Awesome.
this is crazy. And then, you know, also the Barrymore shows, man, when you step on the stage at a sold-out Barrymore show. And whenever, you know what, anytime I get to step out on a stage and it's a sold-out show, it's the best day of my life.
That is, I take that to heart because I understand where you're coming from and I appreciate it.
Even if they're not happy that you're there.
Yeah. Hey, man, are they ever? Well, some of them might be, but I appreciate it. I respect what you just said. I got to thank you for coming out tonight. Like I said, I don't know if I said this on air or off air now, but this is probably one of the most fun podcasts I've had. Pardon me.
On. I've had a good time too.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
and it's always great to see you. I hope we hook up in the future, see what's going on, and play some shows maybe. Who the fuck knows, man?
Let's get some shows going on.
Cool, man. But Matt Spag, thank you very much. This has been Ego and Vice, episode 23. We're going to end on whatever Matt wants to listen to. Doesn't even have to be a local thing, because I'll risk getting sued.
Sure. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
This is For Whom the Bell... Oh, my God, I'm going to get sued.
Fuck it.
This is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. We'll see you down the road.
Got
If you want to get a hold of me, as always, you can email me at egoandvice@gmail.com. If you want to be on the show, if you want me to play some music, some of your music, or you just want to come in and sit down and chat with moi, you can. Check out egoandvice.com. Every podcast is available there. You can also find us on iTunes, on Facebook, and on Podomatic. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you next week.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.